Mike Moore Media.
We want to say thanks to Mike Moore Media for providing the studio to do this important broadcast, letting everyone know about the community treasures and the hidden gems in Rockingham County. Today we have one of those gems in Diane Sawyer. She is the Reidsville Chamber President, and we're just really excited to know the Chamber and know Diane and the great things that they do in our community. Diane, tell me a little bit about your family, how many kids you have and that kind of stuff.
Sure. Thank you for allowing me to be on and to just talk a little bit about myself and what I do at the Chamber. I have been married for 15 years to Shane Sawyer. He is Bethany, born and bred, and I have 3 children. They are 11, going on 9, and 6. So I have a 6th grader, a 3rd grader, and a kindergartner. So we stay pretty busy.
I was going to say, that's amazing. Wow. And you still run the Chamber?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Were you a member of the Chamber before you were president of it?
I wasn't. It's a really interesting story, though. Just several little bitty facts of how this came to be.
Sure.
My mother has been at Annie Penn Hospital for almost 30 years, and I grew up in Eden. So I'm class of 99 graduate from Moorhead High School and class of 2004 graduate from UNC Greensboro. And when I graduated, I went to work for a nonprofit in Martinsville, Virginia, with my background, which is in public health education. And while there, I was an ambassador for their chamber and was very involved and became very involved in their community pride committee, and just as a local nonprofit, really participated in the chamber. So I really knew the value of the chamber, got a background in nonprofit management, and when this job became available in Reidsville, I had kind of gotten to a point. I had just had my oldest daughter. She was 12 weeks old when I came to work here, and I'd been driving out of the county and given so much to a community that I didn't live in, and I just had really made up my mind after having children that I really wanted to work in my local community. And so, anyways, fast forward, it worked out. They were looking for somebody young and energetic and to change up some things. So I was 29 years old when I came to work here, and I've been here 11 years this past summer.
Fantastic. Well, I know you've been doing a great job, and the chamber has grown in numbers and in excitement. I mean, the coffees are great. I know once a month, and I enjoy that, and seeing all the people and kind of renewing some friendships and making new ones. So those are really important things. What would you say is a good advantage of being a chamber member?
Oh, gosh. Well, it depends, I think, on, I could talk for days about that, but
Sure.
I think it depends on what you are looking for. I think I was just sharing this with Mike the other day. There's a lot of different advantages to being a member. If you're a small business and you're just getting started, it's a great way to make connections and to learn about the community. If you're from out of town and you've just come here to live or to start a business or to work for a company maybe that's a member, same thing, like getting to know people, making connections. A lot of our industries are members because they want to know how to give back and how to connect with the community at large. And then on the other hand, we represent your business, your organization 7 days a week. It doesn't matter if you ever come to events or if you ever participate. We're consistently going to be doing things that are better for the community, for our quality of life. We're going to be doing things that are going to make things better for business, whether it's going to city council meetings and hearing about the things that the city is doing or knowing how to maneuver the different departments for things you may need for your business. Just, there's a lot of opportunities.
Kind of a good place to come if you have a question and nobody seems to be able to help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are pretty much a 411 for all things community and business. And if we don't know the answer, we will help you get the answer.
Right. Well, that's fantastic. I know that would keep me busy because there's a lot I don't know. So I know that there's a lot of things that the Chamber does, from ice cream socials to monthly meetings, but I know that there's an exciting event coming up on October 27th called an Expo and Job Fair. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I am very excited to announce that we are having our 13th annual Reidsville Business Expo and Job Fair. It does look a little different this year. As you mentioned, there are a lot of things that have grown with the Chamber and membership and event size, and this event is probably my favorite. It's the thing that it was my baby and the thing that I grew and really worked hard to provide. It's a great service that we offer to our members and to the community. And as any typical business expo, and it was for the longest time called the Reidsville Business Showcase, and it had grown to 2 days where we had a VIP night for our business-to-business and our vendors to mingle with each other, and elected officials and other special chamber guests. And then we were having a career pathways event for students, and then in the evening we were having it open to the public. And unfortunately, right now, those things, just post-pandemic, are all very difficult to manage.
Sure.
Folks are very short-staffed, not really able to commit to 2 days, and, you know, the schools are really trying to get their stride back from and be like the most normal. I've seen with my own children, this year is very, quote-unquote, normal. All the activities are coming back, and but it was just sort of a short turnaround. So we're really happy to offer this new event. It's a different version of it, and it does include a job fair because, quite honestly, a number of requests that I have had for job fair is just astronomical. So it's going to be on Thursday, October the 27th, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., and it is open to the public. It's sponsored by Tri-State Steel, and it will be our typical business expo, but also a job fair. And I'm really excited. We also have the ability for people who participate. We have 2 packages, one for vendors to win and one for participants to win. And it's an NFL football package. It's going to include a 4-pack of tickets to the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Carolina Panthers, and it also includes a $200 Visa gift card to get there and back.
Wow.
Yes, I'm very excited about that opportunity. Great prize. Our event's going to be at Covington Memorial Wesleyan Church on Vance Street Extension, and they have just been so gracious and worked with us on that. So I just think it's going to be a fabulous event, and I think people are ready to be a part of that. And our tagline this year, we always kind of have a theme or a tagline or a motto, and it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up.
Wow.
And I feel like that's just so fitting with where we are in life.
There's a lot of people getting back up, aren't they?
Yeah.
So about how many members does the Chamber have in our community?
We're about up to 430 members.
Oh, wow.
With the businesses and individuals.
And how does that, let me change that just a little bit. I know that there's an Eden Chamber and there's a Western Rockingham Chamber, and how does all of that connect?
So we partner together. Each of us has our own board, our own tax ID number. We're all each a nonprofit, a 501c6 through the IRS. So as an individual, you can't write us a check for a tax, break for a donation and get something in return for that. But you can, as a business, use it as a marketing expense on your taxes. And so we are an advocacy and a what's called a membership organization or association under the federal government. So we each have our own areas, and it's based on Western's based on the 3 small towns, and then Eden for the city and Reidsville for their city. But we all reach a little bit beyond and into each other, but we partner pretty well.
Good.
Throughout the years, we've done so many things, which, speaking of, we have a candidates forum coming up. And, we just try to work together, and there's not a reciprocal membership at this point. It's something that's been thrown around a lot, but it would be like kind of asking 3 local nonprofits to create something for sponsors together. So you know how,
Sure.
Imagine how difficult those conversations are in trying to figure out how that works. So,
absolutely. Yeah, I get 2%, you get 3, and you know, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, those would
Right.
be interesting times. Tell me a little bit about the candidates forum. We got a couple minutes left here, and I find that important and fascinating that the chambers would sponsor that.
Yeah, so for us, we do not, we are nonpartisan, and we do not back candidates of any sort, but it is very important for us as the chambers for folks to know who their candidates are and to make a good choice when voting, as much for our businesses as for the community, because those are the folks who make the decisions, on local taxes and local policies and procedures, and they are the ones who ultimately are responsible for those staff for the things like zoning and the things like your water department and the things like the infrastructure to bring industry and business and economic development.
Sure.
So to us, it's very important. And so the candidates forums at RCC, it is Tuesday, October 4th. It begins at 6 p.m. We're going to have food trucks starting at 5 o'clock to help people be able to come out and not miss dinner and just enjoy and have a good time. And we have a lot of candidates who are unopposed who are going to be there also just to introduce themselves, which I think is important because even though they're unopposed, you should know who they are.
Sure.
It may give you the opportunity to think about running against somebody if you think that maybe they're not qualified for the job, or maybe they are. You want to know more about them and be able to speak highly of them and feel good about checking that box, even though they're unopposed. So we just think that it's very important, and we band together and do that when it's on a countywide basis, and that way we can cover any citizen who has a ballot in Rockingham County, and that's how we bring that together.
That's fantastic. What a great service to the community. I know that that's valuable and important. And, of course, you do not have to necessarily be a chamber member to come to that. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, no, it's open to the community for sure.
Okay, fantastic. Well, listen, one more thing, and then we've got to go here. But if someone wanted to join the Chamber of Commerce in Reidsville, how would they do that?
Well, you can go on our website and click Join Us, or you can contact the Chamber at 349-8481, and we will put you in touch with our membership director, Ms. Denise Brady.
Okay. And obviously it's not really hard to do, but to start that process, that's how we do it. 336-349-8481. That's fantastic. Well, Diane, I certainly appreciate everything you do for our community and want to say thank you. And, of course, we want to say thank you to Mike Moore Media again for this space. And we're really excited about the Reidsville Chamber of Commerce. And, again, another person, Diane Sawyer, who is a community treasure and one of those hidden gems in our county. Thank you, Diane, for being here.
Thank you so much, Lyle, for having me. And thank you to Mike Moore Media.
Thank you.